Scottie, Miami obviously plays a lot of zone. You found yourself, especially in the third quarter, in the middle of that, making the reads. How different of a look is that for you, like compared to the normal defenses you see, and what were you able to find?
Was able to run our sets and be able to execute out of them. People was in the right spots, and the reads were open every single time. So that's what we went to. It was just a simple read.
In the beginning of the game, you were able to get your scoring going a bit more. What was going on there that allowed you to do that?
I would say just trying to go early with the early post-ups, transition. So it was just me playing, and things were just coming to me.
Your shooting efficiency and shot quality are higher over the course of the season when you're playing with Siakam on the court. Why do you think that is?
He draws a lot of attention. Of course, he scores the ball really well, but he also has a high IQ to be able to pass out of the double teams when he sees them coming very early. So he draws a lot of attention, so it just creates for everybody else. So when it's 2 on the ball, it's a 4-on-3 out there, so it's easier to score.
Given that you guys have a lot more size at the wings than most teams, do you think that other teams are more susceptible to your offense playing a 3-2 zone instead of a 2-3 zone?
Say it again?
Do you think that other teams are more susceptible to you guys if they play a 3-2 zone as opposed to the 2-3?
Yeah, I don't know. It's out there playing. Hopefully, when we execute, things go well. Once we start getting a little messy, then things start to go bad. But once we're in the right spots and we're executing our plays, everything goes well.
Scottie, you had a career high in assists tonight. How important is it to you to be a playmaker on this team?
Every game's different. Teams play defense differently. Today it was just I was finding reads, making plays. Like I said, everybody was in the right spots and people was making shots. There was corner threes, back doors. They were double team out of the post, so cutting. Everything just worked out well today.
Nick says that if you want to be a pass-first player, you got to score to open up the pass. He was just saying that. Did you feel that changed in defense, and do you feel that it sort of, when you are aggressive early, it opens up your passing later in the game?
I guess. Like I said, I was just playing the game. Whatever was coming towards me, I was just trying to make the right reads off of it. So when I saw them coming to double off the post, because the height advantage, I just made the right reads, passed it out, and like I said, guys were open. People was cutting, corners were open, people was making shots.
How closely have you been tracking the standings and Miami coming in here in 7th place, just a few games up? Did you, this is, were you aware of that?
We need every one. We need every game right now. It's going to be close, but we need every game, and every game is very important for us. Yeah.
You guys have had so much success at home, especially recently. Your next 5 obviously are on the road. How important is it that you sort of transfer some of that momentum that you built here and steal some of those?
Like I said, every game is important. We need every single one of these games to just put ourselves in better position. So we just got to keep going out and defending each and every single night, bring our own energy when we go to other places, when we're going away. So I feel like that's going to be our carryover, just bringing that energy, being able to bring effort each and every single game, just try to get that win.
You mentioned going early tonight. How much of that is the game plan you have going in, the team game plan going in, matching up with what the opposition's actually doing versus you just feeling it on a particular night?
We just go out there, we find it out, and then we see the matchups, and we'll just go to it. Whatever's working, we'll keep going to that. Today, I just felt like I had a height advantage, and being able to just try to get deep steals and being able to post up, it was obviously going to draw other people in. So everything's working that way. So just finding those advantages and trying to take advantage of them.
How much of that 40-inch vert did you use on the putback?
I had a good lane, It was.
All 40?
I don't think that was all 40. It was probably 35, but you know what I'm saying.
It's 2 games in a row where you've had a big dunk on the break. I'm curious, at what point on the break do you think about what you're gonna do?
It depends on how close somebody is to me. If someone's close to me, then you just gotta try to put the ball in the basket as fast as possible. And then if you're open, then things start going through your mind what you want to do. So I would say that's
Back to figure out how close people are.
that's my favorite, but that's my go-to right there. The look back.
Was you to flourish alongside Scottie, or Scottie's numbers have been up alongside you? What allows you guys to work together and find success?
I mean, I don't know. We just play. I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't think what it does like stop what I do, or vice versa. So I don't know. I don't understand the question.
His numbers tend to be higher when you are on the court alongside him. He says it's because you attract attention. Do you find that he's more open, or you have a good chemistry?
Yeah, no, I think again he makes good cuts and things like that, and I think for me I just make the right play, or at least I try. A couple turnovers down there, but yeah, just trying to make the right play, and he seems to be in the right position, and he can also make plays, so yeah, that helps.
One of the cuts he made was when you were coming downhill, he was right beside you. It's not like an intuitive cut that they teach, like that you see the numbers, you make the cut. It's not a 45, a baseline. Like, what do you think is the secret to mastering knowing how to fill space to help your teammates out?
I think it's just it's feel for the game. I think obviously with him playing more and having it's his second year, just being out there a lot and understanding just how the defense is guarding and try to cut behind the defense or whatever. He's making those reads and obviously we know that when he's on the ball he can also make those plays. So I think that just he's doing great at just reading the floor and especially with the help that I'm getting and the attention. So I think he's doing a good job.
With your guys' size advantage on the wing typically, do you think there's a difference in how you guys attack against a 3-2 versus a 2-3? Because you guys had a lot of success against the 3-2 tonight.
I think we just try to again, as any zone really, just try to have someone in the middle or someone that can make plays and or the short action, whatever we can do to just kind of break down the zone. I don't think it really matters, but any zone really.
From 8 minutes on in the third to the end, you guys had a double-digit lead. What do you think was working for you guys to be so successful and dominant in that back half?
I think we got stops and obviously, I think when we play defense and we communicate, we talk the way that we do, we always gonna have an opportunity on offense. And like I said, sometimes, it's just a matter of making or missing shots. But at the same time, I feel like we take good shots and we take whatever the defense give us. And when we play with that flow and we get stops, so it's always tough for the other team, I think.
You guys have had so much success at home, especially recently. Next 5 are on the road. What do you have to do as a team to make sure that momentum translates?
I think every game is important. That's the only thing really. Going for us right now. We need all these games as a sense of urgency. And I think that that's all we want to go out there, have fun, play the game with a sense of urgency, following the game plan, and do everything that we can. Leave it all on the floor to give ourselves a chance to win all these games.
Pay attention at this time of the year to what's going on around the East with how tight it is around you guys?
No, I think we focus on us. I think that's the best kind of approach. There's a lot of things that we can't control. So just focusing on us and making sure that we're on point and deal with whatever happens after that.
What do you think of Scottie's spin move against Hero?
I didn't see it. Which one was that?
He went at him and pulled a Pascal Siakam.
Oh, yeah, I gotta watch it. I didn't see it, but I'm sure it was cool.
I think he called it a swirl.
Yeah, swirl. I like that better. Good job, man. Way to follow the trend.
You guys had 32 assists, even though you guys didn't really have the highest three-point clip. Do you guys feel like you're clicking right now, especially at the right time, come the end of the season?
I think we have a lot to improve on. I think that we want to continue to get better, and I think that we just gotta continue to work together as a team, communicate, And like I said, all these games are super important, and I think our focus and for everyone in that locker room is to go out every single night, do everything that we can to win these games, and obviously like we do believe in ourselves, and at the end of the day, like I always put the chips on us, like against anybody. So I think we just gotta continue to work, continue to get better, and see what happens, you know.
The season's been like a lot of highs and lows here and there. Do you feel the confidence level though is kind of maintained, or is it on an upswing right now because of, you know, we are sort of trending in the right direction?
No, I think again, like I think our thing is consistency, like just playing good basketball for a long period of time, like, and I think that at times, you know, like I feel like we've had good months, and you know, where we played really good basketball, and you know, unfortunately, like that is like a question of like winning and losing, right? There's games where we play really well, we didn't win, you know, like, and I feel like if we have those games back, like we look a little different, you know. So I think that we can't just focus on the wins and losses. We gotta focus on us, like continue to work, continue to get better, make sure that, like you said, we trend in the right direction, and I think that's the most important. Come on, man, don't be too much. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yes, apart from the physicality, the versatility, what are the keys of the mindset in OG to be able to defend every night so many different players?
Right. Yeah, no, he's been awesome. I think he's gifted. You know, that's what I think. You know, not a lot of people can do that. He goes out there every single night, and I think for me, what I feel like kind of changed, or at least my humble opinion, is that like he's taken it like, you know, like as a challenge, and every single night he's out there guarding the best player, and you know, I said it earlier in the year, like, you know, he can do that, and I just like the fact that he's focusing on that, and using, you know, what kind of like God gave him, like he just does it. It seems easy, you know, but it's really hard to do it on a nightly basis, and yeah, he's been awesome, you know, for us in that role, and you know, yeah, I hope he gets some nods and, you know, defensive player of the year, because I think, yeah, he's doing that every single night. Like, not a lot of people can do that.
You and Kyle had a nice moment after the game. Any chance you want to share what you guys are talking about?
Nah. I mean, like, again, it's Kyle. You know, obviously, like we love to see him, and this is a huge part of, you know, I'm sure a lot of people here, and not only that, but us, you know, guys that were here when he was here, like, always been a big brother to us, and it always feels good to see him and spend some time, and yeah, like, man, he's our big brother, so it's good to see him. Good times.
How hard on you was he as a vet?
As a vet? Nah, he was pretty chill. Like, I think, I think he was pretty chill. Like, Kyle was always cool, like, you know, like making sure that everyone was, you know, going to dinner and things like that. Obviously, like, DeMar was just like a laid back, chill guy, and Kyle, you know, he was a little bit more vocal, but nah, like, I always thought it was cool, like, you know, I'm his beloved, and he's my beloved, and yeah, like, he was always good vibes.
Pascal, you talk about viewing him as a big brother. What's it kind of been like for you to see him, you know, struggle with injury, transition to the bench? What's kind of been maybe your message to him?
I mean, I think, again, he's been doing this for a long time. Like, I don't know, like, what really advice I can give him, but I just think that, like, he's a professional, and all the times that he's been here, like, we learn from, you know, his professional, like, just being a pro, like all around. I just, for me, remember just him, like, being in the gym every single day, coming in early, like, doing all the right things that like, we watched that and it rubbed off on us. Like, you had no choice but to, you know, like, want to be out there early or things like that. And I just think that for me, I just saw the consistency every single day. Like, you can't kind of like teach that, and you can't cheat it, you know, also. So I think he'll be fine. Like, he always figures it out, you know, like, and yeah, like, I wish him the best always.
Pascal, we're going to go to one in French from our man John.
I was going to ask in English.
Let's not do this, man.
I've been getting such a hard time. How about I ask you in English and you can reply in French?
I'll try. Go ahead, man.
Thanks. How important was tonight's win for the Raptors' postseason hopes?
Non, c'était très important. Je pense qu'à ce moment de la saison, tous les matchs sont importants. Et pour nous, c'est ça, se focaliser sur tous les matchs, donner tout ce qu'on a et ouais, espérer de gagner.
Okay, Jeff, once again, came in there, controlled the pace and the tempo during your minutes. How did it feel out there today?
It felt good. Definitely feels good to get a win. Just with that second unit, we're just constantly bringing energy to the team. Just trying to keep the lead. We're getting stops on the defensive end. I think that helps our offense and helps our transition game. We're just trying to be consistent. So I'm just glad we got the win today.
What do you think it is about the Miami Heat that is always a competitive defensive game?
Yeah, just us knowing that team very well. Every time we play against them, it's always going to be a dogfight. Two scrappy teams. Energetic guys love playing defense and love getting after it. It's always going to be a good matchup every time we play against them.
And of course, as a road trip coming up ahead, what are your thoughts kind of heading into the final stretch of the season here?
Yeah, just keep the momentum going. We won a couple in a row now. Just don't get complacent. We got a long road trip ahead, and let's win some ball games.
All right, Precious, how did it feel out there today?
Oh, it felt good. Just playing. Yeah.
What's it about Miami that you have some of your best performances against them?
It's just going out there playing. We understand how important these last couple games are, so just going out there trying to play the right way and play to win. Just trying to guide as much wins as we can, towards this stretch right here.
I know you're out a few games, but do you feel like you're kind of getting your momentum back, the feet under yourself?
I mean, that's all it's been about for me this year. Had a lot of games out, in and outs here and there. Trying to get myself, back to where I understand I could be at.
Precious, about Oji, everybody knows that he's a great defender, but how is being defended by him in practice?
I mean, he's really good. I'm learning from OG as well. He has really, really good hands. Just the way he attacks the ball in defense, that's some of the things I'm trying to, learn from him, pick up from him while I'm watching him play.
Does he spend a lot of hours watching video to analyze the other players, the players of the other teams?
Who, OG?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he does. He watches film. He tries to, understand the next matchup on the other side. Understand the tendencies and things they like to do, things they don't like to do. Try to make it tougher for them.
And yes, as a last, I don't know, can you explain me any funny story that you remember with him in the locker room?
Man, me and OG, we have a lot of, a lot of things, a lot of inside jokes. I don't think I could say them on camera, but yeah, that's my dog. His locker's right next to mine, so yeah, we share a lot of jokes.
I thought your defense was as good as it's been for 48 minutes in a long time. That third quarter was particularly good.
Yeah, I thought, listen, I think going into the game, the challenge was our size versus their speed and perimeter shooting. And I think that from about the midway through the first quarter on, not every time, but we really flew at guys to challenge shots. We got a piece of a couple threes. We made a couple guys reload and still landed and re-challenged. Like we did a good job of making them miss out there, and we did a pretty good job communicating. I mean, we lost them a couple times, but there's a lot of stuff happening out there, slip outs and speed and stuff to keep track of. But we did a good job of keeping track of it most of the time. And you're right. I felt like we had a lot of possessions where they were really searching for a shot. Right. I mean, they'd get one, but it would be pretty tough at the end of it. So, and it felt like we created a decent number of turnovers, 16. Not bad, but a little low for us, but still a decent number, right?
You see Scottie have big fourth quarters, but not too many big first quarters.
Yeah.
What do you think about the way he started the game, and why do you think he was so successful that way?
Well, I just think that, again, the advantage we had probably at some of the wing positions was size, and I think I give our guys credit. They found some mismatches. Obviously, Miami had schemed for what they were going to do against them. We kept completing passes to the size advantage because they were coming pretty hard on the baseline traps, and then we were completing them out. To a number of different ways, guys cutting down shooters around the bend. So I just think that, maybe he got a good start there just with some inside stuff. I thought he had a really good, energetic game. He just had his head up and was moving with the ball quickly. Obviously, the 12 assists are huge. He was finding a lot of the people out of kind kind of like the next pat. We'd get it out of the double and it'd come to him, and he'd find the next cutter a lot of times going to the rim. Very, very good job of vision with him tonight on finding guys for easy buckets, setting guys up.
You obviously throw a bunch of schemes at you, throw a lot of zone at you. Is Scottie's passing heightened in that situation?
Yeah, and his size is as well, right? I mean, you guys probably saw that little segment where we had we ran the same play about 3 times in a row, and it was hit Scottie at the free throw line, and he was wheeling and dealing from there. So his size lets him be open, even if they're kind of put a guy with him, he can still kind of throw it up and he can catch it. And then if they do that, then you certainly have 2-on-1 on the backside, which is what we had. And I think our guys were ready for those. That's when we were so hot from 3, we decided to get hot there for a couple possessions in a row. Yeah.
Precious seems to like playing against his former team.
Yep.
Is that as impactful as you've seen him in a little while?
Well, it is in a little while. Obviously, we thought, we were hoping that we gave him an early sub tonight, right? And plus the matchups kind of suit that way a little better for him tonight with a athletic, smaller size center, so he can play that. I thought he hit a couple big ones. I mean, geez, when you have a night like that from 3 and he's one of the guys that makes 2, it's a huge lift. Seemed like he had a bunch of offensive rebounds, but I guess they were both back-to-back on the same possession there. But 9 rebounds in all for 24 minutes is pretty good rebound rate too.
So I asked you a lot about, can Pascal and Scottie play well together at the same time? What allowed them tonight what allows them to play well simultaneously as teammates, I guess?
I mean, I think that it all boils down to some good spacing, cutting, passing, catching, finishing. I think again we were pretty good in our cutting, pretty good in our locations of our spacing, our relocations of our spacing, and those guys I thought did a good job of getting off the basketball. I mean, 17 assists between them, probably a few between each other back and forth there. So that's it, really, just good vision and good spacing.
This was maybe OG's best game as a pro, reading doubles and reading the shape of the defense with a get drill, I would say.
Yep.
What do you think made him so successful?
Well, again, I just kind of opened with this, is that we were getting it to some good matchups. They were running a pretty hard double teaming scheme at those guys, and I think, when it's coming so quickly, you got to get off it, right? Like, even the catch they kept kind of speeding it up and even when Kyle was in there, he was really getting there from all the way over on the other side, almost underneath him as the catch was being made. So those guys knew somebody had to be open. And again, I thought we did a really good job of hitting them from the pull behind guy, being open, the low cutter, the late cutter. So our guys did a good job of reading the schemes, and again, the willingness to get off it quick is always a factor. If you can kind of get off it as the double team's coming, now you've got 2 guys out of position for sure. Yep.
12 of Scottie's assists came after the first quarter. How much do you think that aggressiveness with his scoring in the first helped open that up?
Yep. I've always said that, right? If you're a pass first guy and you want to pass, you're going to have to score some, right? So that they have to put 2 or more on the ball, and then you'll be able to pass. Yeah.
Jeff, getting those reps going up against Kyle Lowry, what can that do for him, just in terms of learning?
I don't know. I mean, Jeff again was really solid. He had a chance to have another really big game with a couple open threes, but he didn't. I thought he was going to make that one as the shot clock ran down. But I thought he did a good job and what he does is he keeps himself in front of whoever he's guarding. He even ended up on Hero a couple times, and I thought cut his drive off and met him with his body, and I think Hero might have made one really tough one on him too, but he really kind of stopped him right there and stuff. But so his physicality and his side-to-side defense are really what I like to see out there. And again, just doesn't make a lot of mistakes, right? There's very few turnovers. There's it's good play for him. That's solid overall, and it's good on the defensive end.